On the story now, it was Louisville attorney right here and former prosecutor Nick Mudd who first said right here on WHAS 11 that the $10 million bond most likely means the evidence is so strong that the judge agreed with it. This all came out today when the judge asked the prosecutor if they were investigating any other cases. Do you think that question was sort of teed up? It seemed to come out awfully easily.
I think the judge wanted some more answers, but the judge did mention something that concerned me, which made me know why he's concerned about the bond. He said, we are concerned about witness safety in this case. And Mr. Young reiterated that as well and agreed with the judge and said, so am I. I think that can go to a bond as well and could go to the high bond, considering the means this individual has and the ties he has in the community.
But the question was a leading question, and look what it revealed.
I agree. And it kind of dropped a bombshell on what we've talked about for weeks, Doug, which is we had one person, we said, what, somebody else is coming. Then we had Mr. Brooks Houck. We looked at that indictment and said, well, that's complicity, not just murder, it's complicity. And now today, someone else has been brought in the fold. Now, they haven't been charged, right? But here we are, the prosecutor, Shane Young, bringing out another name and yet somebody else involved in the situation. And
then walked us through where they're standing with that gun. They're currently testing it. Do you think an arrest could come after those test results come back?
I think it certainly could. What they do is they use firearm and tool mark examiners. It's a science that has a strong foundation. I've used it a lot of times as prosecution and in the defense. It's commonly used throughout the world. It's a very accepted science. And Mr. Young reiterated that 4 of the 5 tests so far have came back as valid.
So it seems like every time we've come into court so far, and there hadn't been a lot of these appearances, something new is revealed. Another piece of the unsolved mysteries seems to be coming closer and closer to an end. Is that the way you see this?
Yeah, it certainly does. And the question's going to be is what is that in that terabyte of evidence? He said a terabyte, not a gigabyte, okay, a terabyte. That is a ton of information, a ton of discovery, a ton of evidence that's going to come forward in this case.
So that's why we won't see a trial probably in quite a while.
I would say Mr. Butler was clear on the record, Judge. I don't think I could get a trial even in 2024 because of that much evidence is just enormous for any case.
All right, Nick Mudd, thank you for your perspective. Nick's been following it closely and will join us along down the road as this case continues to unravel right in front of our eyes. Well, don't forget, you can read the full timeline of the Crystal Rogers investigation right on our website. Plus, we also have a new 20-minute special we posted on our YouTube page with Eric King and Shay McAllister. They're answering the most common questions around the Crystal Rogers case and the other unsolved Bardstown murders. You can watch it on the WHAS 11 YouTube channel.